one still on, and I can replace the bulb. But this time, both were out, and it was dark. And there's someone else that was in the room. I don't know who it was. I think it may have. I figure it was a guy, real guy. Well, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to. It's dark in here. It's hard to see. I'm gonna have to replace these lights, and it's gonna be it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be a hassle, kind of a pain in the rear end to do that here in the dark. So I got to be careful and as I move around in here, not stub my toe or knock my knee or shin or trip or fall or anything like that. So I thought I had to get a ladder. Usually I get a chair, but this time it was I was thinking I got to get a ladder to get to the light, and that's pretty much the dream. I think I know what it means, but I'd like to hear what you want to have to say about it, Duane.
Well, it's very obvious, but go ahead. What is your idea? It's your experience, but go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Well, I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's dark, so it's the false light is, I guess, is like equivalent to being in the dark, and it's like, it's like you said. I mean, you have to work for the light. It's not going to be given to you. You got to work for it. You got to earn it. And so, to put the light in the dark means that you have to work toward seeing the real light. In a nutshell. I don't know if I said that quite right, but.
Well, you get these things as you practice. So again, it's like anything. When I was in construction, when I was a youngster there many years ago, I did piecework. I worked for framing contractors where you frame houses and whatever, and the rough framing. It's called the rough framing, where you do all the wood. And what I did was at home I practiced nailing to become a fast nailer. I would practice all the time. So I'd get a piece of carpet or a piece of wood or something and just practice fast nailing. Because I had known these guys that were very fast nailers because it was piecework and you get paid for what you do. And I really liked the piecework. I didn't like working by the hour. It was very boring. And so at first I did for months, and eventually it caught on. I worked with a couple of professional carpenters with the big framing contractors, and I just practiced, and I got very, very fast and very good. And actually I used to like to do floor joists, which is above the 8-foot line, because I was a surfer. I'd get balanced. I could just run across these floor joists, and I was fast. And most of the guys, they didn't want to do floor joists because it was off the 8-foot plate, and it bothered them to be up there. But again, it's practice. So the basic idea of your experience is it's in the dark. And yeah, if you want the lights on, you got to take the risk, don't you? You got to take the risk to turn on those lights. And first you start off with the secondary light, which is the information and knowledge. And you have that, and you want to turn that on. In other words, you want to utilize this. You want to study and study till you really get it. That's what I did for years with Paul, and even through Darwin and Harold, 30 years, etc. When Paul was here in 1970 to 71. And so all I did was study. All I did was teach. I went out in the public, did public lecturing. Very nervous. At first, took me a couple years to really get through that, but I never stopped. So yeah, you want to earn your way. You have to earn your way. And I know that as our physical body gets older, it's harder. So fortunately, I started at 22. All right, and with the outer. Rebazar for a long, long time kept prompting me in certain directions, and then when Paul, at a certain point, he says, you want to look at this and become a part of this, what Paul's doing. And so eventually I did. I was a little resistant, but I thought, okay, because I was surfing and doing my construction and things were good, etc. But again, it's very evident there, and you decide how you're going to take the risk to turn on the light and see. When you do, just like the light in your house, you've got people coming in your house too. So does it make sense to have no light in your house, even though, you're there and you can feel your way around, almost like a blind person? But what about people when they come over? After a while, they don't want to come over because they can't see in your house. And the idea of stubbing your toe, see, you were afraid to stub your toe. Well, the foot is the physical. That's your personal self. That's you, Randy, here. And so there's that fear there. And so you decide when you're going to confront that. You decide when you're going to step up and get with it. That's the whole idea. So you've known this for a long time. When are you going to do it? Look at Kelsey and everybody else here, Jeremy, whatever, etc. You're fortunate that you're in this group. And so that's how it is. You step up like a soldier or you don't. And I've seen so many people come and go. And so it's giving you the hint there to, what is your intent? What is most important to you? And that's what this is all about. This group is all about what's important, and us, helping this world and stepping out there, sharing the NUUU every single moment we can. This is all I live for here. That's it. I have no personal life. I deal with the personal life. That's it. I just deal with it. But it's not about relationships and what they're doing, whatever. That's their business. They're all big now. And yes, we all have things to do, but if that's your excuse, life sees that. So you decide how real you're going to be, and if you want the lights on. And it's not about you, it's about what life is. This is the bigger picture now. And the memberships and whatever, it was the me thing. Oh, I want this, I want to be healed, I want to be saved, I want initiations, I want my aura clean, I want, whatever it is. Okay, it's all me. No, those are the old days, the masters and gurus. That's when you had masters telling you what to do. Here, you step up and you learn to recognize what all life is, because it's all about what life is. We've been babied long enough, and this is what the new presentation is about. And this is why there's very few people here, because most people don't want to face themselves. They want to stay stuck with their personal self, and they want to keep trying to figure out how they can keep their la-la land here going, which there's no such thing, because it's all phenomena. Everything refers to the isness when you recognize it. So a step at a time, you decide, and it starts from that physical part, and your intent is your real awareness. So when you learn to get those together and do something real and step out into the world and, do whatever you do, however you want to do it creatively, and there's no obligation, because everybody has free will and you can do whatever you want. So again, this is a huge privilege like never before. And that's why there's no membership or any of this other nonsense or authorities or whatever. Life is an isness, like the air we breathe. It's available to you. So are you willing to support it, or are you just going to watch it die? Because it is dying, this planet. And it's very important. And I see that there's so many people, so many unique and wonderful people that want to wake up, and I want to meet them. And so I'm doing everything I can to put it out there so that they are at least interested in some way. That's why I do all these groups, etc. So you have the advantage to study a lot, promote this, and then the real guides will promote you, but you have to prove yourself. That's your thing. So that's just a view, Randy, and I'm not saying I'm right. It's your experience. You decide. Thank you for sharing.